Hey guys, TheCinnaman123 here with another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to become entirely self-sufficient when you are making your, if you want to make like a city in the sky or something like that. So there are a few supplies that you're going to need. First off, wrong button. First off, you're going to need a 2 buckets of water. I'm just going to grab 1 bucket because I'm a creative. A bucket of lava, and probably 1 axe, or not 1 axe, 1 sapling. And I recommend grabbing a jungle sapling. You'll also need a little bit of dirt, and if you want to get started really quickly, I would recommend grabbing some bone meal as well. So just to go over that, you need water bucket, some form of building block. You may also want to grab some ladders, so that you can climb up to a sky city if you wanted to make one, and maybe some torches. So basically, let's just cover that again. You want to grab a water bucket, some cobblestone, a lava bucket. You want probably 2 water buckets, sapling, dirt, bone meal, ladders, torches, and you could see that the other water bucket would fill up my other inventory slot. So really you can start this all out with a simple inventory full of stuff. So first thing you want to do is you want to pillar up as high as you want to go, and preferably while you're going up all this way you want to like place a few ladders down. Yeah, you can actually stop your fall if you place ladders as you're going down, but that's a little bit risky. And you want to go up as high as you want. And probably about the highest you'll be able to go is about 50 blocks, but that's plenty high enough to get the effect of the sky city that you're going for. So one thing you might want to make sure you do is probably during this you're going to be taking quite a bit of fall damage. So you want to try and make sure that you've got some form of like a ladder drop like that. See, I can just jump off and land right back on the ladders, or something like that, to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to build out a little platform like this. You want it to be 3 wide. Here we go. And then you're going to want it to, you're going to want some place to stand whenever you come up. And you want to start building up like this. Place blocks all along like this. And this is for your cobblestone generator. This way you can have stone on hand at all times instead of just having to build entirely out of wood. And you can make stone tools and all sorts of nice things with stone. You know, stone's nice. It even looks nicer than wood in certain spots. Now you notice that I left a little gap there. That's actually really important. What you'll want to do is you'll want to take one of your water buckets, you want to hop on down, and you're going to want to place some cobblestone here, and you're going to want to place some cobblestone here. And you want to make sure you pick up your water again. I can't really do that in creative mode, but next what you do is you would actually leave this be the way it is for now, and then what you'll want to do is you'll want to also build out a little bit farther, probably right next to your cobblestone generator, and you want to bring out a little contraption. Oh dear, don't fall. But you want to bring out a little contraption about like that, and you'll want to make sure you build up some walls around it. Alright, there we go. And what you want to do is you want to take some water and you want to place it here. Now if you are building your sky city in a snow biome, what you'll want to make sure you do is you want to come up like this, and you want to make sure that you cover your water here. Also, same thing applies if you're in a snow biome. You want to cover your water here. But most of the time you're not going to build a snow city or a sky city in a snow biome because they are a bit difficult to deal with. I just placed that torch there so I know where the ladders are. Okay, so now what you want to do is that basically what this is it's an infinite water source. Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Let's see. There we go. So what this does is that every time that you take a water out, it comes in and it refills a source block there. And so you can actually take a empty bucket and fill it there with water. You also want to place some water here, and it'll flow into this hole, and it won't spread into this area. So now here comes the tricky part of this. What you'll want to do is you'll want to place some lava here, and you only need one lava block on your entire Sky City. And you'll see that every time that I break that cobblestone, it's able to come back. See? Just like that. Magic. However, lava is something that you can't pull off this trick with. You cannot make infinite amounts of it. So you may want to bring up a few spare lava buckets with you, but this is what you'll really need. Now, something that is, I can't really demonstrate why you need to do this in creative mode, but what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that you've got a little hole right next to this, like this, that you can stand in while you mine your materials. And actually, it doesn't have to be quite that far out even to it, if you wanted to make it a little bit more streamlined, like this. And now you can stand in and you can hop into this place and grab the cobblestone every time that it would break, because otherwise sometimes the cobblestone might come back before you can collect it, and it might fall into the lava, which would not be very handy. So you can just sit here and do like this all day until you have all the cobblestone you need. Now that's all fine and stuff, but cobblestone isn't really the only building material that we want, because you know, it's not exactly realistic to have a floating city. Well, it's not very realistic to have a floating city, but it's not very realistic to have a city made out of entirely one material. So this is why you brought your dirt, and you'll want to bring about a stack of dirt with you, because there are several things that you're going to want to use. Oh dear. That's Optifine kicking in there, saying that my shift key was stuck, but it wasn't. I was actually pressing it the whole time. Great mod, Optifine, actually. Really is. Alright, so you'll want to bring about a stack of wood with you. And so what you'll do is you'll take your sapling. And like I said, I recommend bringing jungle saplings because they produce a lot of wood. And you'll want to plant it in a little dirt thing you make. And bone meal it, and it'll grow a nice healthy tree. And then if you sit here and let it decay, it'll have a higher chance of dropping saplings than if you just sit here and munch away at it with your fist. Now I am going to go ahead and munch away with it with my fist because I want it out of the way. Now you can actually build those all over the place if you wanted to. In fact, they are a nice aesthetic feature in many Sky Cities. And see there, I got 2 jungle saplings, so I could plant 2 and just grow those trees and harvest them, but I'm not actually going to do that right now. Okay, so something else, and I actually didn't mention this in the required supplies, but you want to hop over here and grab another water, and what you'll want to do is you'll want to find a good spot. You're going to want to dig down 1 block, do some water, and you're going to want to pull the same trick that we pulled just a little while ago with the what was it? The cobblestone generator. And that way we've got a nice little cap there, and what you can do is you can go in here, break that block, cover that up if you wanted to, just to keep it a little bit more streamlined. And what you'll want to do now is still wrong button. So you'll want to take some form of a hoe, and a wooden hoe is just fine. If you follow the steps up to this point, you should have enough wood to make a hoe, a crafting table, just by sitting here and growing and regrowing trees. Alright, so you just sit here and you hoe a little bit of an area, and you could also take some animals up here if you wanted to take the time to do that. It's actually not too terribly difficult to get them up onto a sky platform. And what you can do here is you can actually till all this land. Still the wrong button. And you can plant whatever food source you like. I personally like wheat because you can use it to make any type of meat that you want, really, and just by sitting there and breeding. So you can just sit here and do like this all day long. Excuse me. Just about like that. And the wheat will grow, or if you're impatient like me, you can sit here and bone meal a little bit of it, harvest it. Just make sure you don't jump on it, because that'll untill the soil, like right there. That'll untill the soil. And now you have enough food here to last you for eternity. Alright, so we've got almost all the basic necessities taken care of. With this setup here, you could actually start going over in this general direction, and you could start building a nice little pathway out. And I recommend for just a little while using stone, and then you can switch to wood or whatever you want to use. And then you'll take this, you can start building houses and, you know, all your whatnot. And now you've got a lovely little pathway here. Now, this place is entirely self-sufficient. You could even like have a nice little, you know, tree here, and you could light it up, make sure monsters don't spawn up here, because if they do, you're pretty much dead meat, because you can't really defend yourself up here very super well. There we go. That gets the job done. Alright, so yeah, make sure you've got this place lit up. You could have all sorts of things going to make sure you're up here. But something that you may be wondering is, well, okay, that's all nice, but what if I need iron? Well, right now, I'm going to put an annotation right here. Click it, click it, click it. Oh, it's gone. Ah, that's so sad for you. You should have clicked it whenever I told you to. But it's going to show you a setup that I use for making NPC villagers produce iron golems. Now, the information in that video is actually not entirely correct and up to date. It was designed for 1.2.2, and this is 1.2.3. And I assume that this spawning mechanics won't change because it's pretty difficult to get the iron golems to spawn now, because they did spawn entirely too often in the old versions. But now you need 16 villagers and 20 doors to get an iron golem to spawn. You hear me now? 16 villagers, 20 doors. New requirements to get iron golems to spawn. And you can bring them up here. There are several ways you can do that, and I'll show you guys those in just a second. But those are the new specs for creating an infinite iron farm. Alright, now I'm going to cut to you guys to how to get villagers and other mobs up here into your Sky City. Okay, so the first method I'm going to show you guys is called the UFO method, or the fishing rod method. So what you do here is you build a ring of whatever building block you like, preferably one of the renewable ones we made over there. And then you place a bunch of signs on top of signs, and then some water. And you'll want to make like an elevated platform. And you'll want to lead some animals into a fenced-in area. And what you'll do is you'll hook them with a fishing rod. And sometimes you gotta be a little bit higher than you expect. But the higher you are, the higher the cows will fly. And in case you didn't know, the fishing rod can be used to fish a lot more than fish. And I thought it was only appropriate that since it's sometimes this is very much like Etho's UFO, that we use cows as well. Oh, maybe you ought to make that water too thick, you know, just for safety's sake. That poor cow didn't stand a chance. But if you get it just right, you can pretty consistently fling any NPC you like right. Shoot, he hit the fence, the edges. So yeah. Yep, there he goes. See that? See that? It is doable. Alright. Yep, right there. Yep, and right there we've got 2 cows, and they are ready to do their thing. Well, if we've got 1 cow, because one of them was stupid and walked off the edge. But, you know, after a little bit of trial and error, you can get this one done. But the next one doesn't take nearly as much skill or trial and error. Okay, so the next method I'm going to show you guys is a little bit easier method, but it involves perhaps a little bit more risk to your own life if you've really built a high sky tower. So what this method is it's called the snowball method, and basically it's a manual mob evader of sorts. So what we've got here is we've got 2 water source blocks underneath these 2 dirt blocks, and they're flowing into here into a solid source block. And now what you want to do is you'll want to come up to the very top of your place that you are going to settle. And you'll want to place a water source block at the very top, and if you're worried about your life being in danger, you can, let's see, there we go. You can place a few signs to make sure that you are not going to suffocate. And what you can do, oh, I messed up here. There we go. Now I'm out. Alright, it's dark out, so I want to go ahead and do this quick. What you can do is you can place some, get some snowballs. You want to knock them into that nice little puddle. And snowballs will not hurt anything except for blazes, and chances are you don't want blazes just wandering into your city. Alright, so now we've got that guy in there. What we got to do is just got to go in there and just constantly toss snowballs at him. And eventually, what'll happen, and you'll want to make sure you have like a few stacks of snowballs. What'll happen is eventually you will knock him all the way, him or her, depending on what you've got, all the way to the surface of your sky city. And you see, now we've got a new villager up here, and we can show him the way to the new place all for. And so those are the 2 main ways of getting animals up here: the UFO method and the snowball method. Now the thing with the snowball method is that if they fall back into the mob evader, chances are they will fall down and drown. Especially if you've got quite a few up here. And it does take quite a few snowballs too. Anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial / informational video just to show you guys how to do things. If you don't mind taking a second to rate and comment on this video, I'd really appreciate it. And I guess that's it. So until next time, this is the TheCinnaman123 signing out.